The Galactic Council chambers had never been so silent. Representatives of 17 advanced civilizations sat frozen as the holographic displays showed the devastation spreading across the Proxima system. The Chlor Plague, a biological weapon released by the now-defeated Void Collective, was destroying entire ecosystems on 12 planets. 50 million sentient beings were projected to die within the lunar cycle. The containment has failed, announced Grand Arbiter Lux, the luminous crystalline entity who led the council. Our finest medical teams have found no solution. The plague adapts too quickly to our countermeasures. Admiral Tarn, the blue-scaled representative of the Aquarian Federation, slammed a webbed hand on the table. There must be something we haven't tried. The room fell silent again until Elder Voss, the oldest member of the council, spoke in a raspy voice. There is one species we haven't consulted. The chamber erupted in murmurs. You cannot be serious, hissed Representative Drell of the Sorin Compact. The humans? They'd barely achieved interstellar travel 2 centuries ago. They are crude, unpredictable, and dangerously impulsive, added Ambassador Orla, adjusting her gravity compensator. Elder Voss raised a gnarled appendage. They are also the only species in the galaxy that evolved on a deaf world and survived through biological adaptation rather than technological advancement. They understand disease in ways we never will. Grand Arbiter Lux's crystalline form pulsed with contemplation. Contact Earth immediately. Dr. Jake Miller was eating a sandwich in the break room of the Pan-Earth Disease Control Center when his comm unit buzzed with the Council symbol. 3 hours later, he stood in the Galactic Council chambers alongside his team of 5 human specialists, studying the plague data with growing concern. This is nasty stuff, Jake muttered, running a hand through his disheveled hair. It's like someone combined the worst aspects of every pathogen in the galaxy. Can you help us, Doctor? Lux asked, hope glimmering in its crystalline structure. Jake looked at his team. Microbiologists, virologists, epidemiologists, all nodding grimly. We'll need full access to your facilities, uncensored patient data, and permission to try unconventional approaches, he said. Drell hissed again. Unconventional? You mean dangerous and untested. With respect, said Dr. Nia Johnson, stepping forward, what's dangerous is watching millions die while debating methodology. Humans have been fighting plagues since before we built cities. This is what we do. The council granted their request, though not without further protest. 3 days later, the council received an urgent update. The humans had established a base on Proxima Aquila, the epicenter of the outbreak, and were implementing what they called Operation Scorched Earth. They're deliberately infecting themselves, Tarn reported, horrified. They're using modified human immune systems as living laboratories. Recall them immediately, demanded Drell. No, countered Elder Voss. Let them work. Inside the containment facility on Proxima Iui, Jake's team had indeed. On day 7, Dr. Priya Kapoor stumbled into the lab, her eyes bright with fever, but also excitement. I've got it, she exclaimed, nearly collapsing as Jake caught her. The plague has a fatal flaw. It can't handle rapid cycling antibody responses. The team worked through the night, synthesizing a vaccine based on Priya's breakthrough. By morning, they had a prototype ready for testing. By evening, they had confirmation it worked. 2 weeks after they arrived, the human team presented their solution to the Galactic Council. Jake, thinner, and with a new scar from where they'd had to extract bone marrow, stood proud alongside his team. The vaccine is ready for mass production, he announced, and we've developed an environmental treatment that will neutralize the plague in the ecosystem within 30 days. The council was stunned into silence. Then, one by one, they rose to their feet, or equivalent appendages, in a standing ovation. How did you accomplish in 14 days what our best minds couldn't solve in months? Asked Lux. Jake looked at his team, each bearing visible marks of their ordeal. Humans have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. But we have another quality too. We're willing to put ourselves at risk to save others. Your species was deemed too aggressive for full council membership, admitted Elder Voss. Perhaps we judged too hastily. We are aggressive, Jake acknowledged. We fight like hell, as especially against death. On Earth, we've been battling plagues, predators, and each other for thousands of years. He made us stubborn. Admiral Tarn approached, extending a webbed hand in the human gesture of respect they had researched. The Proxima system owes you a debt that can never be repaid. Jake shook the offered hand. Just put in a good word for us with the Council. Humans are ready to help with more than just emergencies. As the human team departed for much-needed rest, the Council members exchanged meaningful glances. The galaxy was changing. Millions had been dying, so they called in the humans. And the humans had delivered something even more valuable than a cure. They had delivered hope.